NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers on Monday Night Prime Time. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Southern California and the gorgeous SoFi Stadium in the Los Angeles suburb of Inglewood. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson on hand. Greg, get to a game like this and you love the matchup. As we watch and get ready, you just watch highlight after highlight of the ball in the air, down the field. We got two big-arm quarterbacks going head-to-head here in this one.
And if you love offensive football and you love high-level quarterback play, we've got a matchup that I think you're going to be pretty excited to sit down and take in alongside us, because every blade of grass is an opportunity to deliver the ball. And the amount of pressure on these defenses to defend the entire field, knowing there is no throw-off limit, there is no route that cannot be unleashed. This is the ultimate test for any defense when you have two quarterbacks like this lined up under center.
But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And a decent return there, but he'll get this up just shy of the 30. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
For so many years, Mike, the conversation was, is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL? And I think now, after winning back-to-back Super Bowls 3 and 4 years, it's not so much is Patrick Mahomes the best quarterback in the NFL now, it's is he entering the conversation as being one of the best quarterbacks of all time? I certainly am one of those people that believe that's the case. He has a chance through the rest of his career now, not even being 30 years old, to accomplish a lot of things that are unheard of at the NFL level.
Give him 14 on that play, one first down.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight. The ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Hopkins sent in motion. And the defense snuffed that one out. It goes down as a completion, but no gain on the play.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play on man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. 1st-round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now a play fake. Herbert. That'll be taken in by Edwards. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On play action, it's Herbert. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. He gains nothing. Here's third down and a few inches. Now it's Dobbins. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Charger first down.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain, fresh set of downs.
On play action now. Herbert. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They bring the tight end in motion. Shotgun now for Herbert. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them early in this game. That's already 2 sacks allowed.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He connects with Dissly. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll bring up second down.
I think you just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake. Mahomes. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelce.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. They did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. A short one caught by Kelce. So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelce.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's 2nd and 2. They put Kelce in motion. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Motion man is Rice. On 3rd down, Mahomes. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That is Joey Bosa in on the sack.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
On 4th down, Super Bowl champ Harrison Butker now for the Chiefs. This one from 54 yards out. And that is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Herbert now on first down. Off balance throw. It's complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
They'll run it with Gus Edwards. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. George Karlaftis there to make the play.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
And that is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Denzel Perryman. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
I know it doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be first and 10. On play action, now Herbert. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Quentin Johnston, the man he was looking for on that one, and it'll bring up second down.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own, and at this point they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Play action now. It's Herbert. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Chiefs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's first and 10. To throw is Mahomes. Open man, right side, is Kelsey.
Out breaking route. routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Now, Mahomes. The outside, catch made by Worthy. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. He'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on 3rd down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. They put Kelsey in motion. First down throw, Mahomes. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Patrick to throw. Right back to Kelsey again. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. To throw is Mahomes. This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like, well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike, we say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. the Chargers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. There is his tight end, Dissly. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Fake the handoff. Al Herbert. That one complete to Johnston. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A first set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Shotgun now for Herbert. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he will have a first down, and they're into field goal range now at the 30.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. It wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Here's Cameron Dicker now on for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers are on the board. It's 7-3.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports Studios and our halftime report. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go. The second half is underway. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Chargers offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Trail by 4, touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with first and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
First and 10. They'll give it to Dobbins. He'll push forward for about a yard. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action now. Herbert. Now a ball thrown deep for Johnston.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Throwing is Herbert on 3rd down. They set up the screen for Dobbins.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
The Chargers get set to kick it away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Chiefs offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Throw over the middle, brought in by Hopkins. And it'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
They put Kelce in motion. A handoff to Pacheco. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's complete. He got it to Hopkins.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Here's a 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Mahomes. This caught right side by Worthy. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the 1st down. A pickup of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes in the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
Third and short. Here's Patrick. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that after this long drive would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's first and 10. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They put Kelsey in motion. Right back to the air from Mahomes. He's got it at the 3. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
I love this concept here. Really good job by the other receivers clearing out that space. Big tight end comes down with the catch, and it's going to bring up first and goal.
So these two teams take a long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Mahomes now to throw again. That is caught by the tight end. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, KC. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Butker now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Chiefs extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Darius Davis to return it. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Chargers offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing now is Herbert. They'll try to set up the screen here. This one going to be sniffed out. Blown up in the backfield.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Herbert. The open man is Johnston. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
On 1st down, Herbert. He connects with Dissly. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Now Herbert again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Throwing again, Herbert. He's got the hookup downfield with McConkey. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Herbert to the air again. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. I want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. We've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
Gray is the motion man here. A first down throw for Mahomes. Over the middle, that's Kelsey. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. A give here to Pacheco. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop it.
A couple of first downs to start this drive. They're 1st and 10, up at the 42. Now the former Russian champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Pacheco. And we'll see a timeout used by the defense, stopping it right out of the break. 1:57 to go in the game. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. A run, it's P-Rock. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. 1:54 to go. On comes the Chiefs punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Justin Herbert back out there. He and the Chargers getting set to go once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long.
And this is a look for me.
Here's 1st and 10.
Somebody that looks very.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. It's a nice start to the drive. Gain of 10 and a quick first down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
That one complete to Johnston. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here comes 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That'll be complete to Dobbins. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, L.A.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Shotgun now for Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
Trent McDuffie right there with a tight defensive coverage.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's taken in, and he is going to have the Chargers first down. That was something else. A big pickup on fourth and long to give him a new set of downs. Herbert to the air again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing is Herbert on third down. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They didn't quite get the shutout they were hoping for and likely deserved. This was a tremendous defensive performance. They held the other guys to just a field goal. That's all. That defensive unit was the driving force in this victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night from SoFi.
It's the Blues here. Because they're special. Yeah. Depending on the type of boots you got, you gotta be careful. Because there's some people with some empty glue. See, they have like a deeper level of awareness of where they place it. More real estate. Real estate. Sturdiness. Yeah. Okay. Strength of schedule. Okay. Schedule. sorry. I'm sorry. It's like I started to like make a AP top 25 full of bucks. Making no sense. No sense. I'm off the rails. This category right here is people that just don't have the awareness of the power of their glutes. Take a look at butt busters. Oh man. I'm single. I'm just these shares. We used to sit on these and drink together. Can't even hold me. Oh, okay, little fella learn the hard way. You got, he can't build a chair. No, hey, shoot. Man, okay. You know what it is, man. Oh, man, pause it. I don't look at this construction. Okay, like whoever designed this and piecemealed it together, it wasn't built to be sat on in any form. No benches. That's crazy. Okay. Man, I guess the Budweiser really stepped in. Alright, that's it for our show today. We're Steve LeBron. We'll see you next time. Ridiculous. Veronica MTV and producer insists that no one submit any videos of themselves or others performing any dangerous activity. It is not open or viewing.
There you're out, Moody. I'm tired of you weaponizing this half-ass threat. One out and quit. You know what? You're right. Sorry to be such high maintenance, Morty. Why don't I get you a drink? Oh, hey, Morty. Hey, you're drunk yet? You're a little buddy. You know that? It's you and me, Morty. Rick and Morty for 100 years. Forever. Yeah, well, Rick and Morty. 100 years. Forever. Hey, what are you doing? I catch. You know how we feel about pirates. Too much. works. Now we can visit infinite universes.
Do you think that other families can do the same?
Why, infinite families don't invent the world's first. Oh, you realize how brilliant power I just made us. I did it. Best father ever.